It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm today, Monday, March 31st, 2025. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day. Oh, honest to God, hadn't thought about that till just this moment. Speaking of fools, hang on, let me pull this up. I want to make sure I'm completely accurate when I relay this information. According to WFLA TV station in Florida, there will be no more clowning around for one man who was caught trespassing at a Florida shopping center last Wednesday.
Anywhere, Chris. You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I know it's not free to leave. I'm going.
No, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest now. Put your stuff down.
This is so fascinating to me. Here we have body cam footage of the Palm Bay Police Department responding to a trespassing call about a man at a shopping center. He'd already been hit with trespass before and was let off their property. Then he came back. They called police, and now police are coming to, we're not just going to escort you off their property now. Now you're just going to get arrested. And what makes it so much better is the fact that I believe this man's name is Chris. So the officer clearly knows this guy. Chris is dressed like a clown. He's got a yellow vest, yellow pants, looks like a red handkerchief around his neck, or maybe it's red lapels on the vest.
It's close to a it's like a knockoff Ronald McDonald costume.
Yeah, it's real close. But if you look on his chest, there's an insignia there that looks like a combination of Ronald McDonald and the Punisher.
As I say, it looks like a skull.
There's a skull on his left chest on that vest. And then the sleeves that he's wearing is like red and white stripes like he's Waldo. So imagine Waldo and Ronald McDonald were homeless and bothering people at a shopping center in Florida and also having a little soft red nose on the top of his own nose. And he won't leave. So Palm Bay police have decided, we're going to help you leave.
Watch it. Rob me? Put your stuff down. Put your stuff down. Step it up.
Really? The walker? Did you get a snort?
Oh.
I had no idea this is what did it for you.
Oh. Whoever I wish it was, I thought he had a horn on him, but I'm assuming whatever TV station did this used the horn as a bleep. And God bless him.
This is actually from the Palm Bay Police Department.
Oh,
this is their video.
Hey, then whoever their PIO is, hats off to you, sir.
Yeah. The Palm Bay Police Department had some fun with this body cam footage. So when they released it, they made sure to remaster it. So when swears were uttered or yelled, that's where they put in the clown horn. Now that we've disclosed that, we're going to forget it. That's not what the clown horn is. The clown horn, for our purposes moving forward here inside the Treehouse, is because he's got a clown horn that keeps getting bumped by the arresting police officer. Let's take it from the top, shall we?
No, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest now. Put your stuff down. Watch it. Rob me? Put your stuff down. Put your stuff down. Step it up. Oh, not on his sleep. On the ground.
Oh, he shoves him on the ground.
Got me! Now! Turn over now. Turn over now. Go! Turn over now. You! Turn over.
God.
Give me your other arm. Give me your other arm.
How? You got a tug on my face. Stupid.
That's my gun.
There's so much going on here.
Oh,
So now he's face down in the grass. They're getting the cuffs on him. They pulled his arm out from underneath his own face that they put there, which I think is hysterical. Which I've never been arrested, but I've seen body cam footage quite a bit in my life. And there are times that police officers will tell someone to do something when there's no possible way that the person being put in handcuffs could do it because of what the officer is doing.
Right.
And this is one of those times like, give me your arm. Well, I can't. You're sitting on it. Or in this guy's case, I can't give you my arm because you're sitting on my head, which is smashed into my arm, and I can't give it to you. So between all that, the clown horn, the swearing, throwing the clown on the ground, it's a hell of a day to be a Palm Bay police officer.
It is.
And I just want to thank them for their service.
Turn over.
God.
Give me your other arm. Give me your other arm.
How? You got a tug on my face, stupid.
Cuffs are on.
Turn around.
Have a seat in the car.
There's a suspect penalty. Burn it.
Hey, why's your arrest those motherfuckers? Stupid motherfucker.
You look like a clown.
No, I am a clown, stupid. I've been a clown since I was back.
So now they have him in the squad car. Now they're taking the items out of his backpack and setting it on a table to see what he had. It's just a bunch more outfits of the same clown outfit that he's wearing, including a bunch of more red noses.
It looks like the scarf trick of just keep pulling and pulling and pulling.
How many clowns are in the suitcase?
Clearly, this man was dedicated to his craft. And I'll have you, if you'll notice, his clown nose never came off.
That's because he's dedicated.
He is.
He is dedicated to the craft. He's got to make sure that he stays in character throughout the entirety of the arrest. But it'll be interesting if he maintains that character when he gets put into jail and awaits arraignment.
Oh, was there a mugshot?
Let's find out.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you love guns or hunting, you're going to love Defender Outdoors. Defender Outdoors Shooting Center is 43,000 square feet of guns, gun range, and gun fun. Firearms, ammo, apparel, accessories, and more. Have a bachelor party, birthday, or team building event? All-inclusive packages available for endless entertainment. Training classes are added weekly, and private instruction is always available. Come see why Defender has been voted the best gun range in North Texas 5 years in a row. Visit us at defenderoutdoors.com. Defender Outdoors. Are you a defender?
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of The Treehouse is brought to you by Defender Outdoors, Fort Worth's premier indoor gun range. It is open to the public. Memberships are available, though, and you get exclusive features at an affordable price when you join the Defender Outdoors membership program. Also, their knowledgeable retail associates can help you choose your next firearm, select the ideal holster, find the right ammo, all that good stuff, and get you set up on training as well for all levels. So when it's time to purchase your next firearm or gear or accessories, go to Defender Outdoors in Fort Worth. Be sure to use the code Treehouse when you shop in-store and online for special discounts. Use code Treehouse at Defender Outdoors, and that obviously tells them you heard about them right here inside the Treehouse. Thank you very much. Dan O'Malley, Trey Trenholm, back inside the Treehouse now on Monday, March 31st, 2025. Trey, you asked if there was a mugshot that goes along with the clown that was recently arrested in Palm Bay, Florida. Here you go. It's almost everything you hope it would be. Yeah.
Oh,
that is 40-year-old Christopher Marlowe. Trey, I want you to look at his face and think to yourself, that man is 10 years younger than you. 5 years younger than me.
just say no, kids. Just say no.
Turns out clowning's hard. Hard on the face, hard on the body, especially when you're getting arrested by the Palm Bay Police Department. This is the Brevard County Sheriff's Office mugshot for Christopher Marlowe, who is the shopping center clown who got hit with a trespass and then got sent to jail because he went back. My goodness. This happened in Palm Bay, Florida. The trespassing clown was arrested at the shopping plaza. The interaction captured on body camera video. Police said on March 24th, 40-year-old Christopher Marlowe was captured on body cam wearing a Ronald McDonald-style clown costume outside stores. Reports stated that Marlowe was yelling to himself and was loitering, serving no purpose on the property. I think one could say he was going to bring joy to many. When officers encountered the suspect, Marlowe allegedly became aggressive and began cursing at officers while saying, "I'm not trespassed. I'm going to come back and y'all," like most clowns say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now the body camera footage is, of course, making its rounds, and that's where we have it here inside the Treehouse. Can I just say real quickly, thank you, Trey. Thank you for sharing this with me so that we can then share it with everyone inside the Treehouse.
Oh, that mugshot. I mean, that.
You know what this looks like? This looks like if he looks like if Harry from Harry and the Hendersons got shaved too closely.
And did meth.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out, does he have a top row of teeth, or are they just all rotted out?
Don't know. But this looks like this would be the cover art on the box for the VHS of Harry and the Hendersons 3 Florida road trip. When Harry got too much Florida in his system. I'd also like to point out that not to only make fun of Mr. Marlowe here and his face in this mugshot, but every morning not every morning I wake up hungover, but every morning in my life that I have woken up hungover, I'm afraid when I look at myself in the mirror, this is what's going to look back at me.
If and when you ever see this, I highly recommend AA.
I don't think you'll have to recommend it anymore. I'll happily send myself anywhere I need to go. My God.
AA and some reflection on your life choices.
Speaking of reflection.
Yeah.
You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I know it's not free to leave. I'm going.
No, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest now. Put your stuff down.
What? Rob me?
Put your stuff down.
Don't
Put your stuff down. Step it up.
Oh, not stop. I'm asleep.
On the ground.
Get me now! Turn over now. Turn over now.
Go.
Turn over now.
You.
Turn over.
God.
Give me your other arm. Give me your other arm.
How? You got a tongue on my face. Stupid.
Turn around. Have a seat.
There's a such thing penalty. Burger. Hey, why don't you arrest those motherfuckers? Stupid motherfucker.
You look like a clown.
No, I am a clown, stupid. I've been a clown since I was back.
I love how the Palm Bay Police Department also throws in circus music and the wise guy drop.
Oh, it is like bravo to their, I don't know if it's their PIO, their social media team, whatever. Job well done.
Yeah, I hope it's not someone that's supposed to be doing something else. maybe this is what the SWAT sniper was doing just between gigs.
Yeah. That or they have a morning show.
I'd listen.
Yeah,
I really would. I'll also notice on their squad car as they put Mr. Marlowe the clown in the back of it. We're all used to seeing "to serve and protect" on the side of a car, right? Because wasn't that on the side of like the LA squad cars or whatever? Here in Palm Bay, on the back fender of their squad, it says "Connect, Serve, Impact." Is it just me, or are those 3 different words for punch?
Yeah.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you like the Treehouse show, then you will love us on social media. So be sure to give us a follow at Treehouse on Air. That is our handle across all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called today. Threads, we're on that as well. TikTok, we're working on that. That's going to be a beast someday once we start actually, posting on it regularly. But if you want to follow us, please do so across social media at Treehouse on Air is how you find us. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey Trenholm on Monday, March 31st, 2025. Trey, what do you know about the Ark of the Covenant?
Well, it's supposed to contain the 10 Commandments, and I forgot the measurements. I think they're in cubits or something like that. I forgot, not cubits, but some arcane measurement. Subject of a couple of great movies. And
yeah, I will freely admit everything I know about the Ark of the Covenant, I learned in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I mean, you can go back to Old Testament, Saul, David, who had the covenant, where they brought it. It left the Philistines and went back to Israel. And then it becomes this guessing game of where it went. Whether some people have said, the Knights Templar knew where it was and guarded it. There is a church in Ethiopia that says they have it, and they won't let anyone in. It's guarded by it's a monastery, and I don't know if priest or monks, whatever, but every person who guards it gets sick and dies, typically within like 12 to 18 months. So they think they have, like it's some kind of uranium that they have that just is so radioactive it kills anyone who's close to it.
According to Jewish and Christian tradition, the gold-plated wooden chest housed the 2 tablets bearing the 10 Commandments. Maybe at one point the 3rd, but if we saw the movie correctly, they may have had an accident, so it's 2.
Mel Brooks.
God bless him. So according to Jewish and Christian tradition, the gold-plated wooden chest housed the 2 tablets bearing the 10 Commandments, which God, in theology, gave to Moses between the 13th and 16th centuries BC. Now, in declassified documents, the CIA claims that the mystical Ark of the Covenant was located by a psychic decades ago in the Middle East as part of one of the intelligence agency's experimental secret projects of the 1980s. If this wasn't already the subject of an 80s movie, it sounds like another one. Obviously, we all know it, or I know it best, as Indiana Jones attempted to uncover it in Spielberg's 1981 Oscar-winning Raiders of the Lost Ark. The CIA conducted experiments as part of the secret Project Sunstreak with individuals known as remote viewers, a type of clairvoyant who claimed they could project their consciousness to receive information about faraway objects. There is no credible scientific evidence that remote viewing exists, which is generally regarded as pseudoscience, but we still have these declassified CIA documents regardless. In a remote viewing session on December 5, 1988, remote viewer number 32 was tasked with identifying the coveted Ark according to CIA documents recently circulating on social media. The documents were first declassified in August of 2000. They allegedly did not know the object they were being tasked to find. The psychic described a location in the Middle East that they claimed housed the object and said it was being protected by entities. In the document, they describe it as: target is a container. This container has another container inside of it. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. still saying that they didn't know that they were trying to find the ark. Back to the report. Similar in shape to a coffin and is decorated with seraphim. The document also shows several pages of drawings depicting one of the 4 seraphim standing out in the corners of the ark, along with a drawing of mummies lined up on a wall. So all this to say that the CIA says in leaked documents from 2000, I shouldn't say leaked, declassified, that they had a psychic program, and one of the psychics, viewer number 32, says they found the Ark of the Covenant and looked at it and stuff, and they also said don't go near it.
Well, yeah, according to scripture, lore, whatever, should you open, and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you open it, you suffer the wrath of God, and it will kill everything around, unless you are the chosen, tasked one to do so.
Yeah. They said in the CIA declassified document, they said the object was hidden underground in dark, wet conditions. There is an aspect of spirituality. This is according to remote viewer number 32. There is an aspect of spirituality, information, lessons, and the historical knowledge far beyond what we now know. They described the Ark as being protected by entities that would destroy individuals who attempted to damage the object. They also said the target is protected by entities and can only be opened by those who are authorized to do so. This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. This is either the one of the greatest psychic scams in history, or the CIA actually found somewhere in the Middle East the Ark of the Covenant's existence. They just can't find it physically.
I mean, that's every person who's looked for the Ark, most of them said, yeah, somewhere in the Middle East. I mean, that really narrows it down.
Thank you, CIA.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, like when the CIA goes to the psychic, are they being treated like a normal person going to a psychic? So the psychic looks at the CIA and says, I sense that you're looking for something. Does it start with the letter A? Yes, it does. Oh my God, they're so good. All right, you're going to join the CIA. Join the CIA.
Was it last seen somewhere in the desert? Yes. Yeah.
It was. Do you hear that, Jim? She knows. Tell us more.
Oh, wait. This is, and Trump's push to declassify a lot of things and expose what a government, whether you like it or not, and that's doesn't meant to be political. There's going to come to light a lot of things the government has done, good and bad, and then just sheer stupid. And
like this,
I feel like this is going to be in that sheer stupid category.
Yeah, and as part of that release of information and knowledge and finding out things, good or bad, about the government that comes with declassifying all these things, when the CIA declassifies this project as psychics trying to find things, and viewer number 32, who is a psychic, claims to have found the Ark of the Covenant, it's just a matter of time before we find out the identity of viewer number 32, the psychic. And it's probably going to be Miss Cleo. I found
You're
it.
listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Call the 1-900 number and I'll give you the answers. Only $5.99 a minute.
I'll tell you where it is for another.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you would like more Treehouse, thank you. You can get more Treehouse when you subscribe to Treehouse Plus. When you subscribe to Treehouse Plus, you get bonus content, subscriber-only episodes, including video, and it's all available when you subscribe to Treehouse Plus. Where do you do that? Glad you asked. Go to patreon.com/treehouseonair. Patreon.com/treehouseonair. Patreon. Patreon.com/treehouseonair and subscribe to Treehouse Plus today. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey Trenholm. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2025. It's already been a jam-packed day. We've had a clown getting arrested in Florida. We've had the Ark of the Covenant possibly being discovered by Miss Cleo back in the 80s. And I keep thinking, Trey, that with this declassified Ark of the Covenant story coming out right now, the claim is that a clairvoyant working for the CIA says they found the Ark of the Covenant. But it makes me wonder, since we don't know where it is, did the CIA's budget for the program run out so they couldn't afford the extra minute to find out from Miss Cleo the actual location of the Ark of the Covenant? Just little things I wonder about, little things that will keep me up at night. Just wanted to share that with you. Something else we're going to share with you now that is deeply disturbing, and that is a New Jersey police chief has been accused of turning his department into an animal house. Not a literal one, but more like the movie Animal House. According to an attorney who represents 5 officers who intend to sue North Bergen Police Chief Robert Farley, he says, "I have never seen anything like this." This New Jersey police chief is accused of turning his department into Animal House. When you sent me the story, Trey, I thought, is it really this bad? Just seeing the headline. And, well, I'm going to read you the sentence of the story that helped me draw my conclusion. Chief Robert Farley, a veteran of the North Bergen Police Department in New Jersey, is accused of harassing officers outside of the office by sending packages containing sex toys and gay pride flags to their homes, as well as retaliating against them by denying promotions and assigning officers to the night shift. That's in addition to harassment against his employees, including incidents of him defecating on the office floor, spiking the office coffee pot with Adderall and Viagra, and jabbing one officer in the wiener with a hypodermic needle. So, yeah, is really bad there.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that under our umbrella of Treehouse Media that we operate, there's also another show. It's our little brother show called Offbeat, The Light Side of Law Enforcement. It's a podcast you can download today at offbeatcopshow.com and everywhere you get your podcast. I highly recommend you do so. It's a funny show. It's funny stories told by the police officers that lived them. I've heard some stories in the last year from these cops. Not one of them has included one officer pranking another one by jabbing a hypodermic needle into the other one's wiener.
No, or crapping on the floor. Yeah, they have some really funny stories. But yeah,
they all do fall short of harassment.
Yes.
Which is how we can get away with having the show. But my God, I really did. I saw the headline, New Jersey police chief accused of turning department into Animal House, and thought, is it really that bad? But when I read this sentence, that he's accused of turning the department, he's accused of harassing his employees, including incidents of him pooping on the office floor, spiking the office coffee with Adderall and Viagra, and jabbing an officer in the wiener with a hypodermic needle. My God, man. Now, I didn't even make it past the 3rd paragraph of this story.
If we're being perfectly honest, and I'll speak for myself, and I think you're probably the same way, because of of the Foundation for Fallen Police and Firemen and our relationship to police departments and the officers we've known over the years, I typically look at, when I see headlines like that, I already bring a level of skepticism to them, because I will generally give the benefit of the doubt to law enforcement and the police officers and everything. I started reading that and I'm like, holy crap. I mean, of all the crap, then when it said spiking the coffee pot with Adderall, it's like, well, you can get everyone fired for, failing a drug test at that point. I mean, that's just all sorts of just screwed up.
Yeah, just imagine what a drug test looks like in that department, especially when the chief comes in and says, I'll hold it for you. Ha, you failed your drug test. I know, because I spiked the coffee with God knows what.
Yeah.
Also, I stabbed you with heroin. But yeah, this really is just bonkers. There are so many better words, but that's only what I can actually get out of my mouth at the moment. According to one of the accusing officers, the chief has fostered a workplace environment characterized by inappropriate behavior and so-called practical jokes that are demeaning, demoralizing, and targeted. These actions not only fail to meet the standards of professional conduct, but also appear intended to humiliate me and other victims. Oh, and by the way, a good number of these that I've read, just in 4 paragraphs, are illegal on their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you ask the question, how long has this been going on? That, I mean, what? Because officers have a high threshold for this, and I'm sure they just hit a breaking point. So, yeah, hopefully they'll remove that guy from his position and not let him do that again.
No. The other officers who have filed notices to sue, they mentioned them, and then their attorney, this Patrick Toscano, told NBC News that they're not talking now because they fear retaliation. The attorney also asked the New Jersey State Attorney General's office to immediately take over day-to-day operations of the North Bergen, New Jersey Police Department. So far, the AG's office has declined to comment. I think they're going to have to do that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here that this chief is alleged to have done. Not that so far what I've told you isn't bad enough. But here's one. Michael Darren, I believe, is one of the officers that is suing. He said in his notice that he and Farley had been friends until Farley became chief, and that from then on, he began playing pranks on the officers, like setting off car alarms and putting ink on door handles. Well, I can't throw any stones about setting off car alarms. I've done that. But then they said soon the pranks took a darker turn, like in August of 24, when he found himself being chased around the office by the chief. After cornering me in the filing area with no further room for retreat, he sticks a hypodermic needle through my jeans into the tip of my And when he wrote, and when this officer wrote that when he protested, the chief, quote, said, "Told me I don't know how to take a joke." That's I think we need to ask the chief how he defines joke, because he may have read a really weird dictionary. Like, the definition of joke he may have found may have been stab fellow officer in the wiener with a needle.
Well, I have a feeling the chief is going to have a cellmate that's going to question his sense of humor.
And he's going to have his own dictionary with various definitions as well.
Spike my coffee with Viagra.
Joke's going to be all over you, baby.
Yeah.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
I just keep thinking of Tex Cobb in Fletch Lives as the chief's new cellmate saying, I'm going to help you join the night shift.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
It is time to advertise here inside the Treehouse. You can do that. Sponsorship opportunities are available. So if you'd like, just shoot us an email. treehouseonair@gmail.com. treehouseonair@gmail.com to advertise right here inside the Treehouse. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey Trenholm. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2025. Let's celebrate today with some birthdays. Turning 40 today. She plays Chief of Security Tala Keali on the Orville. Her name is Jessica Zor, however you say it. She's 40 today. Happy birthday to her. She also plays Vanessa Abrams on Gossip Girl. And she was also known as the hot chick in Daughtry's Over You video. So Jessica Zor, however you say it, is 40 today.
Did you ever watch the Orville?
I did. I watched the first season. I think maybe some into the second season. Then I stopped because, just like Family Guy, which was also from Seth MacFarlane, he did both shows, it got jerked around a bit on where it was airing. I I think like it jumped. I think the Orville jumped platforms a couple of times, and I kind of lost where it was supposed to be. But I liked it.
It was one of those that started out great for me, and then I now I don't remember if I lost interest just because I thought the show went downhill, or if just something else, if there was something else shiny and distracted me, and I just didn't pick it back up.
I think for me, what it was is it had an identity issue. The early episodes, it started out like a Family Guy meets Family Guy or Ted, with the teddy bear, meets Star Trek. So it started out as over the top funny, but set against this Star Trek style universe. And then I think it actually got away from that and actually felt like it was actually trying to become more of a Star Trek type show with less of the comedy and the pratfalls. So that's where I feel like the show had, it didn't really know what it wanted to be. And when you don't know what you want to be, you have a tendency to get lost in the middle. And I think that's what happened to it. And the fact that it got lost on what platform it was on. But I think it even got pretty good critical reviews. I think maybe they did sort of just transition from the comedy aspect into more of a traditional Star Trek inspired space show. Yeah, I like the early version. I like the slapstick stuff.
Yeah,
set against the Star Trek style backdrop. I mean, who wouldn't watch that? Family Guy meets Star Trek. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again if I can find it.
If you can find it. Still a big, huge fan of Seth MacFarlane, though. Other birthdays today. Ryan Bingham turns 44. He won an Oscar for Best Original Song for the theme to Crazy Heart. The song's actual title is The Weary Kind. Jeff Bridges sang it in the movie, but it's this guy, Ryan Bingham, singing it on the soundtrack. Kate Micucci is a comedian and an actress with a funny last name. She's 45. She's from Garfunkel and Oates. If you remember the singing duo, comedy duo, look it up, Trey. You'll have a fun Monday looking up some Garfunkel and Oates. She's also Eunice on Comedy Central's Another Period. She also played Raj's girlfriend, not our Raj. She played Raj's girlfriend in early episodes of Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
There was she was the one with the short dark hair, right? In Big Bang Theory, Raj's girlfriend.
Kind of Bug Eyes.
Bug Eyes, that's her. That's Kate Micucci. And from the comedy duo Garfunkel and Oates, the other half of that comedy duo was also on Big Bang Theory, comedian and actress. She was one that played, I believe it was like Leonard's assistant. That was after Leonard, kind of tall and thin. So anyway, they've both been on Big Bang Theory, which you and I enjoy. Other birthdays today. This is a good one. Ewan McGregor turns 54 today. Obviously best known as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequels. It's amazing how he really took over that role. Because now when I think of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I don't think of Alec Guinness in the original ones. I now think of Ewan McGregor, despite how terrible I think the Obi-Wan series was.
So I didn't have a problem with the Obi-Wan series.
I did. I wanted to like it so bad, like most new Star Wars stuff. I just didn't think it was good. Like I remember watching parts of it thinking, this is stupid.
It wasn't The Mandalorian.
No.
And I think that was one of the problems with that, because that was right after, sometime after The Mandalorian, which The Mandalorian just blew everything away. It was better than Boba Fett.
Oh, that was terrible.
So I didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, I definitely, again, and we have had this discussion countless times. I think we were way too harsh on the first three movies. They weren't near as bad as we thought. If you go back and look at them, watch them objectively now, especially considering the last three, we compared them too much to our trilogy that we grew up on. But I think they were actually pretty good.
I guess I have to go back and rewatch them. It's been so long. that I probably should. But the wound is still fresh. I'm still hurt from all the other Star Wars stuff. It's hard to go. It's hard to backslide.
I promise you, especially if the last taste in your mouth is the last 3 movies, when you go back and watch the first 3, and I binge watched one day. I watched all 3 of them because I was like, maybe they weren't as bad, especially now that I have a new reference of bad.
Yeah.
Let's see how these are. And they're actually, they're much better. One of the things I really, in retrospect, I hate that they killed off Liam Neeson's character so early.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen him more, and because that was a really good character. But they're just not near as bad as we thought.
And
even Jar Jar is not near as bad.
That was that bad.
It's not.
That was that bad. For as much as I wanted to love the new movies and didn't, I don't think they've sunk below Jar Jar.
Yeah, just wait.
Are you about to pull a Jar Jar out of your pocket?
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you miss any part of the Treehouse show, you can catch up with the Treehouse Show podcast, available on all major streaming and podcasting platforms like Spotify, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, and more. The Treehouse Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcasts. Back inside the Treehouse, I'm Dan O'Malley. He's Trey Trenholm. Today is Monday, March 31st, 2025. We were just celebrating the fact that it is Ewan McGregor's birthday. He is 54 today, now probably best known as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars universe. Going back to the discussion we were having about the new trilogy versus the middle trilogy, what are the better movies? I will acquiesce and say the middle trilogy movies are probably overall better than the new trilogy movies. But the sheer existence of Jar Jar Binks makes it really difficult for me to want to go back and rewatch those middle trilogy movies.
Okay, so we're the middle trilogy. What you're calling the middle trilogy technically are the first 3.
In chronological order of the entire story, yes. Yeah.
Middle
it
3
gets
is
real difficult to follow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But episode 1, 2, and 3. Jar Jar.
Episodes 1, 2, and 3 with Anakin and Fast Yoda, Young Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was some fun stuff. Anyway, look at it this way. When you think of the new Star Wars trilogy versus the middle Star Wars trilogy, 2 of the big characters, Kylo Ren from the new ones, Jar Jar Binks from the middle ones. We as men are known to sometimes name our members, right? If you were to tell someone you were romantically interested in, I want to introduce you to Kylo Ren or Jar Jar Binks, which one do you think she would probably gravitate towards?
I mean, she thought it was the size of a jar, depending on what kind of jar.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's various directions we could go here. I mean, she may think, well, what if it looks like Jar Jar? But I'd rather it look like, Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. These are all things to keep in mind because I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head. But I think it's worth mentioning that if you say to her that your nickname for your member is Jar Jar Binks, you need to be prepared for the fact that she may respond with, well, mine's Count Dooku.
You drove a long way to get to that punchline.
I didn't even plan for it. I thought of it like 45 seconds ago. I was like, ooh, I know how I'm going to end the show. Really though, if you think about it, how silly of a situation that would be if you're so like you both claim to be Star Wars fans. Maybe you meet on a Star Wars convention. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna, and you get lucky, right? You're gonna tell this really attractive woman, I want to introduce you to my Kylo Ren. Ooh. And that's when she slowly pulls up her black hood and says, "Mine is Count Dooku." Like, oh no, I've chosen poorly.
Yeah.
And then you think, I should have just stayed with the Han Solo costume.
At least she didn't go with Yoda.
It's green?
Small, it is not.
There you have it. That is Treehouse, the Treehouse show for Monday, March 31st, 2025. Thanks for hanging out with us and putting up with our insanity. Check out all things Treehouse on the website, treehouseonair.com. Find us on social media at Treehouse On Air for the show. For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. And for Trey, it's at Trey Trenholm 1. We'll see you tomorrow, right back here inside the Treehouse.